Hi, so as a small business owner, one always have different roles that you've got to play, different hats you've got to wear. Sometimes you've got to focus on the clients, sometimes you've got to focus on the product, sometimes you've got to focus on marketing. Now, I want to welcome our guest here this afternoon, Nafti. Can you just introduce yourself? Okay, it's Nafti, and what do you do?
I'm a sound engineer and producer.
And a producer. Okay. So, Nafti, how long have you had your business now?
17 years.
17 years that you're producing.
Yes.
Right. So, it's the first time you're in front of the cameras, eh? Not really. Okay. No need to be nervous. So, again, I've got my host with me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Antoinette. I'm a small business owner, entrepreneur. And what I do is I do marketing and sales. And I run a campaign called Enough, helping women fight GBV. So that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, so I've spoken about the different roles, but I just want to throw it a little bit now in terms of what we offer. So especially around what do you offer as a small business owner, because there's so much competition out there. So you've almost got to find your little niche or your little special edge to what you offer. So how do you keep your little niche going? Is there something that makes you different from the competition, or what do you offer to keep that business sustainable? And that's what we're going to talk about shortly. Right, so Nafti has got Eagle, sorry, the name of your business?
Eagle Hits Record.
Okay, Eagle Hits Records, and he's a record producer, producing records. So that's very interesting, Nafti. You've been doing it now for 17 years, so you're pretty much sustainable in the sense that you do your product offer. But tell me a little bit more about this product offer that you do, and how did you find your niche in terms of what sort of angle are you different in, or what would you say is the strength of your producing company?
Okay, thank you very much for having me here today. Okay, I can say I'm different in all ways because I do every genre. See, every music, hip hop, R&B, secular music. Because some producers, they do only one genre, like hip hop. You see,
Yeah.
maybe one gospel. But me, I'm universal. That's where I got my strong, because I can do everything. So
Rap as well?
everything.
Okay.
So the client just come to me because I will tell you, what do you want? Then I do for you. So I offer quality audio and video.
Yeah. So you're quite versatile, Nafti. So you got quite a versatile product offer. So do you invite them to your studio, and do you give them tips in terms of what they need to do, or do you think they pretty much know what they want?
Sometimes it's very tricky when it comes to music and sound.
Okay.
Because musicians, sometimes they are full of themselves. You see, so sometimes I have to just lean back. Yes. So we go to according to how the person, the appearance they show, and how they show themselves. Sometimes they are tough. Then you have to be tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when they are low, you be low.
Yes.
We flow together.
Okay, so you meet them on their level.
Yeah, that's quite important for small business owners, eh?
Yes.
Because
Very clever.
Because you have to go on their terms, because they are the client, and you being versatile. Every client is important, whether it's a small budget client or a big budget client. Every person that's paying is important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for you, Nafti, it's a bit tricky because you're working with creatives.
Exactly.
And creatives are pie in the sky, and they have this way about them. So you have to really be like a comedian and adapt to each and every different musician or creative that you interact with.
What is challenging about creatives?
Challenging is like you don't know what the person having. You just come to the studio. I want to make a song. You never heard before, so I ask, maybe sing, and you find out that this done is not well actually.
Yes.
But the person want it, so you have to put your input to create something on what the person.
Yeah, so the talent might not be up to the level that you think is talent, but because they have got the passion for it, you have to make the best out of what it does.
Correct.
And that only comes with experience, eh?
Correct.
Yeah, and how much technical aspect is there involved in music production?
Okay, involved because of sometimes the cultures to count. The culture, maybe the person's from Afrikaans maybe, and the language too sometimes.
Yeah.
So you don't understand, but I have to use your musical ears
Yes.
to listen to how the tone is flowing before you can capture.
Okay.
Yeah, so the language
Yeah.
and the culture have to adopt.
Right. But your technical equipment, how much do you rely on technical, the sound equipment and your technical abilities? How important a role does that play in helping you with your offer?
Okay, the equipment actually, because of I deal with commercial people,
Right.
so you have to invest in and you have to trust your equipment. Understand? So I trust technically. I have to buy or have what I know how to operate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So technically, I know my equipment and I know how it is and it's brand for latest brand.
Okay.
Because if you're using something that is not good, you won't get the good quality for the clients. You see. So technically, my equipment and stuff invest in to get what good best for you. Get it?
Just a quick question with production, music production, and running a production company like you. You're saying you have to buy the top equipment and all of that. But what kind of training do you need, or would you tell the YouTube listeners out there that want to go into music production? Is it a big investment? What equipment do you need?
Is it self-taught?
Do you go for training? Where did you go for training? And how do you actually navigate in that business when you started?
Okay, I study music already. So I do music. I go to music school.
Okay, so
Tertiary.
you are a musician yourself?
My father too. So it's like for background.
Yeah.
Because I've been to accounting, but it didn't help me. So the talent is helping me now. So the production passed through talent and the family generation.
Okay.
Yeah. So my father is a musician too.
It comes naturally to you.
Exactly.
So you weren't technically taught on you just kind of taught yourself like Michael Jackson by ear?
No, it's from family. My father taught me when I was 6 years, so I'm following my father's path.
Okay.
So
Yes.
So I finished school tertiary, but I couldn't. So music that helped me.
Yes.
Certificate didn't help me,
Yes.
but the talent that is what's helping me now.
Yes. Yes.
So people want to do music production. I can tell them that it's not easy, but if you love what you do and you have a passion in what you do, just go for it. It will work for you. But don't put money first in your mind, like money. I want to get money to do it won't work for you.
You need a lot of persistence. You really need a lot of persistence to break through, because the breakthroughs are what makes it, but it could take longer than what you anticipated. It's like when students come to me for training, that program is so sophisticated, and you take Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and Nafti has been to my Adobe Illustrator class. There is so much detail involved and so much involved that I have to immerse myself in every aspect of it to know what is the basics I can give to my students so that they can use it. Otherwise, they won't use it. Would you say that's the same thing with your equipment and the music is you've got to know everything about your equipment to be able to bring out the best in that singer or that person, because not every aspect of it is going to be useful for that person. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes not the equipment actually.
Yeah.
I'm the studio. The equipment is just something that is represents, but you are the product now. Like I'm the product now.
Manipulating the equipment.
Equipment is just something you have to just bring you to operate it. You see. Right. So equipment is something that we don't normally put in the production, but you the whole being. So it comes from your mind before the equipment will produce.
Yes.
So for the artist, I have to bring him what in me. Sometimes it's your song, but I have to teach you how to sing your own song. Actually,
Okay,
see?
I hear what
It's
you're
your own song. I don't know, but
yes,
I have to teach you your own song. Actually,
Yes,
no,
yes.
go like this. Nah,
Yes.
go like this way. Nah,
Yes,
before
yes.
the experiment will come
Great.
inside.
Yeah, so
quickly.
but you know what? I always say a small business owner is creative because I mean, to be able to put an offer across for what the client wants, that takes a bit of talent and creativity. And I know yourself, Antoinette, when you've trained people into charities, but unless you didn't have a feel for charities, it would be very difficult to train people for it. In other words, you've got to have that love for that charity. You've got to connect with that charity before you can train the person how to present the charity or how to present or be musical. You've got to be immersed.
Sometimes it's like you have producers, you have different type of producing.
Yeah.
Some people learn it, so they are using the learning always to teach people. You
Yes.
see? And if people have talent.
Yes.
Then they can prove to you that no, because it don't match what is in him, understand? But if for business, they don't care, they just money, then it's fine. Produce you go. Whether it sound is good or bad, it's fine. But talent sometimes can push you and say, no, I don't
Yes.
feel it.
Yes.
That's not what I want. So you have to challenge the artist actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel offended when you are telling them what to do. You see? Now, no, I'm too much. I know too much. This is how they are. But still, you don't have to cover it. You don't have to close it.
Yeah.
Because you have to sell your brand too.
Yeah.
Because when it's not nice, you are the problem now.
Absolutely.
Oh, when you get a bad result.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is where I want to come back to you, Antoinette, because we're talking about product offers, and most people know I'm in training, and it's very easy to train people the technical abilities of how to use Illustrator and how to use a design program, but it's very difficult to teach them design when they don't have talent, when they can't draw, when they can't see how a layout has to look on a piece of paper, and you can't really teach that to a person. So you are relying on your own talent and initiative when you're teaching, so that it rubs off on them without them even realizing it. And now you coming very much to the charities here, and that passion you have.
So with charity, you're not selling a product. There's no tangible product. With you, there's a diploma. With you, there's a record or an album, or there's something, a video. With me, there's an emotion. You're walking away with nothing tangible, except that you feel good about the fact that you've helped an animal, you've helped another human being, you've helped a rape victim, you've helped, even your own family. Because what I do is I don't know if I've told you, but I have these personal protection devices that women then use for themselves. So when I'm training a salesperson, I have to get them to feel empathetic with the client and say, listen, you are adding value to this person's life because you are giving them personal protection.
You're not just selling them a taser.
You're not just selling them a taser. You're selling them something to protect themselves. And with every device sold, we also donate to a charity that helps victims of GBV.
Good.
So that then, once you relay that to the person purchasing the taser, they feel, oh wow, I'm not only protecting myself, but I'm helping somebody else, selling an emotion.
Right. Right.
And to teach a salesperson to be able to sell that, you have to teach them to listen to the person they're selling to, understand the value that you're adding, and actually believe that you're adding value.
Not to shower now.
You're adding value to the person that you're selling to.
Yes.
Then it's easy to sell an emotion.
Absolutely. I'm going to wrap it up now, our small business talk, just to wrap it up. So we've talked a lot about what we offer, what our product offer is. But I think the focus has now come on is that the business owner must definitely have a talent behind them. In other words, they're selling more than just a record or just a training course or just a product. They are actually selling their passion, the value they see behind it, so that when they do present that offer, that person is actually getting more than they bargained for. They actually would walk off with a better product than they could have got it elsewhere, because there is so much added onto it. There's so much more benefits. You see, so once you start ticking off the benefits, that's where the value starts happening. I want to thank you for coming to the studio,
Thank you very
Nafti.
much.
I want to wish you well in your music production business. I think it's exciting, it's great, and with social media, we can get people connected. And thanks also to my host.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Nafti, do you want to plug your social media pages for us?
Instagram is Eagle Hits Record. Nafti Cole. That's my name.
Nafti Cool on Eagle Hits Record.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the description, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, and keep talking. Thanks, guys.